Ciao ragazzi, I am Rob.
And I'm Katie.
And this is KR.
Compares.
And
welcome back.
And today we have bags of meat. Meat bags, if you will, that we're going to be trying today. By
Meat
which
bags.
I mean...
Wasn't that like something that, isn't that like a fantastical like D&D? Don't they like refer to, or is that just a you thing?
So, when we played Dungeons and Dragons a few years ago, one of the
was it goblins?
No, it was lizard folk that you guys came across that kept referring to you folks as meat, your party as meat bags.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Like, out of our town, meat bag, or whatever. Anyway, yeah, so today we've got jerky.
Yes, we do.
We have 5 varieties of jerky. So this is our most expensive episode by far.
Probably. No, I don't know.
I don't actually know if that's true.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But, why are we doing this? Number 1, it's...
Delicious.
Delicious. Number 2, it's an excellent road snack, especially if you were trying to travel across country like we have done twice.
Fun fact: the saltiness of any road snacks when you're traveling across country actually does help, because I have a baby bladder and I will stop every 10 miles to use a rest stop. This does a really good job if you eat a lot of them of kind of backing you up.
Well, just stopping it.
Preventing you from stopping. No, but before we went on that first road trip, we it's like someone gave like a 5-year-old $50 and said like go crazy in a gas station, and we just bought all of the junk.
You got a lot of that, and then I got a lot of Cheez-Its and
gum.
I did get gum.
She did get a lot of gum, and I realized very early on that you know what sucks for 800 miles? It's hearing this.
And now I'm
next to you.
Now I'm not allowed to have gum on road trips.
You're not allowed to have gum.
No.
To be fair, no one's allowed to have gum with me on road trips now that I know. And I felt so bad.
And you don't even have misophonia.
And I don't. But it was after so many miles, you're like, all right, we're already in Ohio. Let's not make this worse.
True.
Sorry if you're from Ohio. Your state is terrible, but you already know that.
No, it's just, it was very confusing. There were lots and lots of cornfields, and we got turned around.
I'm not sure there were lots of cornfields. I think there's just one enormous cornfield with a single road through all of Ohio.
There's a reason that Stephen King wrote Children of the Corn, okay?
It's true. Was that in Ohio?
No.
Oh.
I think it was like in Kansas or something.
Doesn't
matter.
Anyway.
Yeah,
okay.
Were we not in Kansas? Wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't read the book. I saw the movie. That was messed up.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
So, beef jerky. How long has beef jerky been around, Katie? I know you know.
I don't know.
Since
the dawn of time.
At least 5 years, probably more.
Probably more.
Yes.
Some of these have kind of old family recipes, so we'll get into that a little bit.
How much of a family recipe can be into
not that one.
Jerking meat and salting it? Anyway. You can't not. Okay, anyway. So, okay.
Just think about it. It has to have been around for quite some time when people were traveling. They didn't have refrigeration. There was, a lot of things going on.
Even like Mongolians from the early days of the Khans and all that, they would actually take slabs or slices of meat. They would actually stick them under the saddles of the horses while they were riding. And a combination of the heat from the friction plus the salt from the animal sweating would actually basically cure the meat while they're riding.
Oh, that's quite smart.
Right? Yeah. So, and that's how they were one of the many reasons why they were such a mobile army. Anyway. But I love beef jerky. I do.
Yes.
It's fantastic. It's not great for me probably because of all the salt, but it is delicious.
But in moderation, it is a higher protein snack. If that's something that, you're looking for in your snacks, because, well, not only for gains, but also you'll feel fuller longer if you have protein.
It's true. Yeah.
So
I don't feel full immediately from eating. I know a lot of people folks. Oh, I feel full.
No,
when
I feel really full after.
See, I don't feel full after eating meat, but it does hold me longer. So, but it takes more for me to fill up, I think. But then I don't know how that works. Anyway, I feel fuller immediately from like grain, like pasta will fill me up really quick. Anyway, okay, what do we need to know about any of this before we dive into our first 2 of the 5?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Then in that case, we are back when I say so. We are back now that I said it for the second time. And what do we got first?
We should try the Jack Links.
Jack Links is a classic.
And then we have the Country Archer Provisions. So we got both of these.
Oh, it's a whole name.
Yeah.
Country Archer Provisions.
I think it's mostly just known as Archer, but I think technically it's called
It makes me think of that show.
Provisions.
What was the name of that show? It's about the spies cartoon. He was a heavy drinker. It was a cartoon. You know what I'm talking about?
There was a cartoon where the guy was a heavy
No,
drinker?
no. Yeah. No, it was a little cartoon for adults, right?
Oh, okay. Good belief with that.
Yeah, it's all Looney Tunes, but there's a heavy drinking. No, this name reminds me of, what was the name of that show?
Archer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. You knew. Oh.
I'm sorry. I do this for her on the regular. So, first up,
Anyway.
Jack Links.
So, Jack Links.
You see this everywhere.
Yes.
Yes.
He's an actual person.
Jack?
Jack Links.
Link. His name is Link?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but Link it makes me think of just like sausage links. So it's a weird thing to have as like a last name.
Yeah, no, it was like
It's just like, who are you? I'm Peter Potato. Ooh, that's actually
Yeah,
terrible.
no, so his name is John, but Jack is a nickname. So it's like John F. Kennedy is Jack Kennedy.
Is he really?
Yeah, that's a thing.
I don't know. I've only just called him John F. Kennedy or JFK.
Yeah.
They call him Jack?
Some of them did.
Just making crap up.
No, it's a nickname.
I can't tell because
for
she can
some
be really...
reason, Jack is sometimes a nickname for John.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a family-owned business. They have been around since 1986. They're from Wisconsin. And the only reason why we're adding this to a list of like name brands that are actually named after real people versus ones that aren't.
Like Betty Crocker.
Exactly. So his son Troy is now the CEO, but it's still within the family. And so the recipe is from like hundreds of multi-generations have passed this down. So from one of their ancestors like immigrated from Germany. He was a butcher, a sausage maker. So a lot of these things are from just like generational recipes.
I wonder how much of it was actually preserved over the course of. I mean, because it's going through phases. Like
probably some phases, but the thing is, like they all.
Generally speaking, it's like this.
Generally speaking, it's been that way, and like they actually like raised the cattle, they slaughtered the cattle, all that stuff.
I just like Jack Link. Yep, he's real. It says in
I see.
Yep,
I think
he's
that's
real
great
in
though.
parentheses.
Yes, he's real.
Yep, he's real. It's not even yup. It's like yep, YEP. Yep, he's real. Anyway, okay.
See, people want to know that.
That's true.
It's a fun fact. Plus, their website's really nice, and they have like a whole like about our story, and then they have like a little video with it's like him and his son, and they're talking about it. And what I thought was really nice is so we keep talking about how so many companies are, they have parent companies that are like Nabisco and
that has
Nestle.
no parent company, and then
This one doesn't.
no parent company.
No.
It's just Jack Link?
So the guy.
God, I hope that doesn't change.
They asked.
Please don't change.
They were like, "Hey, why don't you sell?" And he's like, "Well, I got my truck. I got some new blue jeans. I got a good dog. My wife's fine. I don't need to sell."
He's like, my wife's fine. My wife's fine.
No, I mean, I guess he's just like, things are in order, so I don't need any of this.
I also like this Jack Link's meat snacks.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Also, it says feed your wild side. They also have an Instagram. I don't know if I'm going to follow them on Instagram, but
I wonder what they post.
That's what I'm kind of curious. Like, hey, you guys like, meat? Because here's pictures of other meat or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I'd be curious just to basically just peruse it once, and then they'll just.
This product is guaranteed to satisfy or replace with proof of purchase. After opening, refrigerate or use within 3 days.
There's a lot of them, I think, that say that on the
Weird. You have to refrigerate.
I guess so.
You would think that as a salted snack, you just whatever. Anyway, what else do we need to know?
No, that's about it.
I'm very hungry.
But I thought that was like a really nice, fun story.
This is a fun story. So we got Troy Link is his name?
Well, Troy is his son. He's the CEO.
So it's Troy Link though.
I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a big.
Wow, that's big.
Ooh, that smells good though. I bet you probably have had it. If you're watching this,
good.
You have had a Jack Link.
So for all of these, we tried just to get the original.
That's true, as much as possible, because there's all kinds of teriyaki and spice and habanero we've seen, and I would love that, but we're keeping them consistent.
This looks so good.
Salud. Mmm. That is a good chew.
It's nice chew. It's meaty, as it should be. Instead of, oh my gosh, what am I putting?
Yeah.
Like, what am I trying? There's a nice pepper.
It's good peppery flavor. Yep. I mean, it's a good standard, I think, to go by.
It's slightly sweet, but not.
It is slightly sweet.
Not crazy sweet. Like, Yeah, with some of the other flavors, I guess.
Now, I'm not going to get into the nutrition of this because they're all probably going to be similar. They're going to have a pretty high sodium. They're going to have pretty high protein. They're going to be decently caloric, and they're going to be pricey. We'll get into that part later. But that's good. Are you still working on yours?
You gave me a really big piece. Can I save this for later?
Yes. It's in there.
Okay. My jerky.
Next up, we have Country Archer Provisions, which has nothing to do with the television show.
Yes. So I don't know how old it's. Their website was a little tiny bit harder to navigate as far as it started all the way back in 1977 with this butcher and artisan named Celestino, but I would say Celestino, Charlie
It's Italian?
Mirachi.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, the guy was.
No,
he was in America, but I guess he wasn't looking, I think, initially to make such a big business or whatever. And then like two people, it was Eugene and Susan Kang,
Okay.
discovered him on like a roadside stand near the Grand Canyon, and then they all like went into business together or something. That's what it says on the website. It was a little weird. Their whole thing is like grass fed. They don't have any of those like nitrates and other kinds of preservatives. They have a line that's like 0 sugar, which I find interesting because I thought you did need some sugar to help with the like curing process.
I mean, I guess salt would just do it.
Salt,
With enough
but
salt
maybe
would
you
do
need
it.
a little bit, but I don't know. So they do have that, and then they supposedly create all their stuff in small batches.
You know, I'm not seeing any ingredients list on this. Oh, wait, there it is. Beef, water, sugar, brown sugar, 2% less of sea salt, soy sauce. Corn protein, yeast extract, flavors, maltodextrin, cultured celery extract, beef stock. Interesting. And that one actually contains, for the sweetness on this, does actually contain pineapple powder and citric acid.
Pineapple.
Interesting. Okay. But this one says water, soybean, salt, alcohol to preserve freshness, brown sugar. So it does contain sugar, though. Garlic powder, pineapple juice.
This one, because they have
They do have a zero
sugar line.
Okay.
That seems like it has more ingredients, though, no?
Which one? This one?
This one.
It does have kind of a lot of crap on it. Garlic powder, pineapple juice, liquid smoke, which contains water, natural hickory smoke flavor. I don't know how you capture smoke as a flavor. But liquid smoke is actually great.
Liquid smoke.
We've had liquid smoke and it's actually
good.
Great. Okay, what else do we need to know?
That is about it.
It also tells you how spicy it is. This one is mild. Okay.
Have we ever had one that was like really like...
They're never really spicy. Also, meat tends to reduce the spice anyway because of the fat content.
Yeah.
Ooh, that smells almost kind of teriyaki to me.
It does.
Right? Even though it's not. This is original.
Because they have a teriyaki flavor.
Ooh, it feels squishier.
Ooh, it just like...
It's like a little stickier.
Yeah.
And I guess
you can see through it.
You can see through it. So it's probably not quite as... it's about the same. Okay. Yep, she's already at.
Sorry, I'm hungry.
That's softer. Interesting. Still peppery. Still a hint of sweetness. But I think it's got a softer chew. Interesting.
So you're not having to like really work it when you're trying to eat it. But it just means like you don't have to chew as hard.
Good?
Well, the pepper went down the wrong way when I was
go.
trying to explain to you, and then it laughed.
So, yeah, but it has like a hint of teriyaki flavor to me.
Compared to Jack Link's, I still think I like Jack Link's a little bit better. Because I don't know, like it feels more substantial. If I'm gonna be paying for the jerky, I'd want like more bang for my buck.
Well, we'll get the prices in a minute because I'm actually kind of curious where those are. We'll do the math out for you guys so you can see it when we're there.
Okay.
Next up, we have the nameless brands. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. Welcome back. Does Archer have a parent company? I don't know if we mentioned that. Did you mention that? Or is it just Archer?
I don't think it has a parent company.
Now, sometimes a company gets so large and they get bought out and resold and purchased and merged and all this stuff that they lose their face.
Yes. So these are the faceless brands.
These are the faceless ones. Although I'm curious because this...
So we'll start with this one, I guess.
Okay.
So Pacific Gold, they have a website. There's almost nothing on it. So supposedly it's over 35 years old. It is sold exclusively at Costco.
But Costco has their own brand.
Yes. So that's why I was confused. So I tried multiple things trying to find... I couldn't find anything. All it was like, hey, yeah, we have these flavors. Go get it at Costco. So there wasn't anything about, like, the company history. It kept saying it was over 30 years old, but that's all I could find.
Fuel your next adventure. For over 35 years, Pacific Gold has crafted premium jerky using only the finest cuts of meat. They always say this. And spices, our jerky elevates your savory snacking. Best of all, you can feel good about sharing this high-protein, low-fat snack with your family and friends, unless, of course, you have cholesterol problems. 98% fat-free, high in protein, and no kidding, it's a bag of meat. But with a lot of the same ingredients. We've got beef, brown sugar, water, and less than 2% of beef stock, salt, corn protein, vinegar, cultured celery powder, granulated sea salt, as opposed to regular salt. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
And the only reason why we got this at Costco, because I was like, oh, I've never heard of this brand before. Let's try it.
What do you think of that smell? It's not bad. What do you think? It's something to it. I can't put my finger on it. What is that smell?
It's probably the brown sugar.
You think it's brown sugar?
Yes.
I think you're right. This looks a little bit drier. There you go.
Oh yeah, no, that looks kind of like...
Go ahead.
Like a dog treat.
It does kind of look like a dog treat. I mean, admittedly, like dog treat. Here's the thing. If a human can't eat your dog treat, then it's probably not good for a dog either.
No, I agree with that, but I just mean like how dry it looks. It looks like one of those ones that you would just give your dog just to be like, hey, who's a good boy?
It's got some flexibility, but I suspect, and it's a little like, I feel like it's baked more, so it's probably harder. Oh, she's already at it. Yeah, it's going to be a harder chew, I think.
You're right.
Oh, hard chew is not a bad thing though in jerky.
I don't mind hard chews. But you also don't want it where you have to have like a glass of water or some kind of drink with it.
Yeah. Not a lot of flavor though.
No.
Huh. It's not bad. I don't mind
sweet.
It. Yeah. I don't get a lot of pepper.
But it doesn't have a complexity of flavor. It's just kind of like sweet meat that you have to chew. For a while.
Sometimes I like a tough
just like
chew.
a simple.
Well, sometimes I like a tough chew. Like that texture feels like I'm eating.
Pleasing.
Yeah. I'm not eating something that's going to evaporate in my mouth. Okay.
Just wish it had a little bit more going on with the flavor.
Yeah, it is just meat. Tasty. But it's hard to. It's kind of hard to screw up beef jerky. That's the thing. So I would say like, all these are tasty, but okay. We have been disappointed 9 times out of 10, or it's actually like 3 times out of 4, I think, at this point.
I don't even know.
With Kroger.
But do you wanna have your meat fix on a budget?
Is it on a budget? I guess we'll find out at the final thoughts. Taste the big, bold flavor of beef jerky. High-quality ingredients and our passion for snacks that are an excellent source of protein make this a must for anyone who craves the flavor of authentic smokehouse jerky. Is this authentic smokehouse jerky?
What makes it authentic?
I don't know.
Is there like an authentic jerky police?
So I assume there's nothing to know about these guys?
I don't know anything about Kroger.
That one smells a lot sweeter.
I don't like it.
Nope. Here we go.
Like it shouldn't smell like candy.
It does kind of smell like candy. And it's kind of got a shine to it. That's really weird.
So it definitely has like...
So it's actually the opposite in look from the Pacific Gold. The Pacific Gold is very matte and kind of like cracked and dusty.
This is very, very shiny. I don't think I could eat this whole time.
Really? Well, here we go. That is tough. That also doesn't taste like anything.
No. It's like... whatever it's been like shellacked with. It's slippery on your tongue, but then it's like you're still trying to like chew really hard on the jerky itself.
I mean, and half of these ingredients are even less pronounceable. Natural flavor, less than 2% of natural flavors, vinegar, hydrolyzed soy protein, sodium erythorbate, citric acid, paprika, oleoresin, sodium nitrate. I know I'm saying something's wrong. Contains soy somehow.
Nah. I'm gonna put this over here.
Okay.
Again, I mean, does it serve its purpose? Is it meat that you can take on the go with you? Sure. It just doesn't...
This one just says refrigerated after opening and made in the USA.
America.
This is...
Where did you say? Somewhere in Washington. Oh, it's because of Costco.
These extra thick cut Kirkland's signature trademark steak strips feature a very tender bite and an appealing complex flavor. So we'll see if any of that's true. Kirkland, of course, has no identity anymore. Now, these are steak strips, which might give this thing kind of an edge just by rather than not being like a traditional jerky. They're a steak strip. But we'll see if there's any truth to that. But
yeah, but I mean, how does that make it that much different than Jack Link's?
That's a good question. Now, these are, first thing you'll notice off the bat with these is actually they're all a lot longer.
They are long.
They're longer, thin. They're literally strips. So.
Okay. A second thing to know is at least it seems like they're more pronounceable ingredients.
Is that true for this one?
Yeah.
Garlic powder, hickory smoke flavor, onion powder, sodium nitrate, vinegar, yeast extract, salt, cultured sugar, spices, canola oil.
You can pronounce those.
You can pronounce those. That's set up. Treated with the solution of potassium sorbate.
It has a peach puree concentrate. I guess that's going to be
as
for
opposed
like
to
the
pineapple.
sweetness.
It does smell a little barbecue to me though. What do you think?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, here we go.
It's definitely sweeter.
Yeah. So you can taste the pepper.
Yeah, but not too much.
Yeah. How's the chew?
It's a fairly pleasant chew.
Okay. That's a good chew.
Trying to see if there's any other flavors.
Again,
It keeps saying it's supposed to be complex.
I don't think it's complex.
Is it complex in that it's like sweet and then like a little peppery?
It says they also describe them as very tender. Is it very tender?
No, I think the Archers was the most tender of the
Yeah, I don't think so.
Let's say the tenderness is middling in the how many to be 5? So I would say it's like a 3.
Okay.
It's in like 3rd spot for tenderness. Maybe.
Alright, we're gonna
2 or
deliberate. 3. Is there anything to know about these before we get into our final thoughts?
No.
Alright. Then let's deliberate about our favorites.
Okay.
And I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so when it comes to the best jerky, what are we looking at? Chew? Flavor? Is that it?
Yeah, I guess chew, flavor, accessibility, like where you can buy them.
I mean, because that's true. So,
Because
admittedly,
like if you're thinking about it, like you're
These
on
two
the
are-
road, you're trying to get a quick snack, or you're just like really hungry. Maybe you want to go to a bodega. Maybe the bodega will have like one of those.
well, that's the thing is, unless you go to Costco, you're not getting these two.
Whoops.
You can get these at Kroger. You can get these just about anywhere else. Jack Link's just everywhere. So, okay. So let's talk flavor and chew. Like, I think we're on the same page here.
Yeah.
Your Kroger's last for flavor and for chew, as evidenced by the fact that you left a piece of it on the counter.
Don't eat it.
Oh yeah.
No.
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 Oh, okay.
My
Is it
problem is that it just looks like weirdly shellacked and not in like a. It's not like ooh, there's a glaze on or like something like that. It just looked wrong. Like it
There's
looked
something
plastic
off about
to
it.
me.
Yeah. And Kroger being probably an exceptionally cheap, this is the thing you get warned about. Like, hey, this isn't good for you. Like, don't eat this. It's bad. I'm not surprised by this. Their Pop-Tarts were atrocious. What else do we have in this? It was atrocious. They had a lot.
Their Cheez-It alternatives
Were bad. Yeah.
There are a
It's
couple things. I think
bad.
the only thing that we kind of liked from them was the gluten-free Oreo alternative, but that's also because it's predominantly chemicals anyway. So like,
Well,
It's hard for them to screw that up.
If we ever end up back in the Northeast, we'd always do like a Shaw's and Stop and Shop and Food Lion brand stuff, like store brand stuff, to see if they're any different. I'd be curious about the store brands.
A lot of them though are getting bought out by Kroger.
Yeah, that's another unfortunate issue. But okay, so Kirkland and Pacific. I already know our top two are going to be these.
Correct.
But so between these two, 3 and 4, how are we feeling about these? Like,
I think
they feel equally bland.
I do, but I think the steak strips from Kirkland are at least they're more tender. So I feel like they're.
You think so?
Yeah, because I think these ones are just like
dry.
They're really dry.
The problem is when the strip is so thin, I think it just when they cook it, it actually does dry more. Like it just makes the inside of it dry. A thicker strip like this does actually mean it's going to be a little bit more tender on the inside.
No, that makes sense.
But it is a thicker too. Yeah. So I'm inclined to agree. 4, 3.
Yeah.
Is there a preference here?
Oh, so I think I like the Archer ones are very tender.
You gonna try another bite or no?
I have just like a teeny tiny bite. No, it fell on the ground.
We'll get it. That's a Jack Link. And that's an Archer.
Okay.
What do you think?
So I think Archer is more tender, so if you're looking for tenderness as like your number one like selling point, then go with the Archer. But I think I like the seasoning a little bit better in the Jack Link because it's just like it's more in your face.
Yep.
That's just something I personally like.
I don't disagree. I think they're close enough as to be tied for first for me.
I can see that.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
You almost.
I did. I was like, oh, it tastes good, but I'm gonna not want to be like running or lifting weights with like all the jerky in that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about price real quick.
So, I'll read this off.
Okay.
For what the sizes are, and I'll calculate the amounts per ounce at the bottom. How do you want to start?
I guess we'll go with Jack Link because you have
Jack Links.
Okay, so it is $6.49.
$6.49 for 2.85 ounces.
Okay, for Archer, it's $6.99.
$6.99 for 2.5 ounces.
Okay, what is that?
Kirkland.
The Kirkland steak is $11.69.
For 12 ounces, so that's a pretty good price.
The Pacific Gold is $15.99.
For 16 ounces.
Okay, and then lastly, we have our Kroger brand, which is $4.79.
For 2.85 ounces. So we'll have all that, how that works out per ounce here, and there's probably going to be some significant discrepancy. I think that makes Kroger and Kirkland obviously some of the cheapest stuff. But, probably not the best quality anyway. Okay. Also, I hate all of this plastic packaging as well. This is terrible for us.
How else would you...
I don't know. Because the resealable package is nice, I guess, but that's just so much plastic waste, especially given how little is actually in these. Because jerky is extremely expensive. Which is crazy because it lasts for a long time on the shelf.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense of how much you have to
process it.
You have to secure the meat itself. You have to butcher it. You have to marinate it. Usually, then you have to smoke it and dry it out and age it.
Sure, there's a process to it.
There's a lot. So I don't think I've ever seen a jerky that was super super cheap.
It's true. What should be yourself?
Slim Jim.
Slim Jims is a different episode.
Okay. That's just gonna be meat sticks instead of meat jerky. Meat sticks.
Little meat sticks.
What else would you call them? I think that's what they are advertised as.
Meat tubes.
Ugh, that sounds even worse.
Meat cylinders?
Because that's a pole. What would you call that?
Meat pole?
No, like a voting pole.
Oh!
What would you call it? Meat pole.
Meat bowl, meat cylinders, meat sticks. What is your
Me
choice?
too.
Me too. In the comments down below.
Yes.
All right. I'm so tuned. We have to do the outro.
Sure. So, where can you find us?
You
Put
got
our socials all the way down there.
all of them?
No.
All at once? You can do them all at once. We're going to do them all at once.
Sure.
Yeah, the
The
socials.
power of the internet. So,
Internet.
technology.
My editing.
The power of Adobe.
And the guy behind the Adobe.
Roberto.
And make sure to punch that notification bell, hit subscribe, follow. What else?
I don't know if you're a gamer and you like any kind of gaming content, be sure to watch the original Nyando Monday,
Whoa.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes other days too.
It hasn't been that way before though.
No, but it could.
Like,
Who knows? By the time someone watches this, 5 years from now,
that's true.
10 years, eons. That's it.
I'm hoping to have made my millions by 10 years from now, and then we're done. And
That'd
we
be
just sit
cool.
around eating jerky all day, not recording videos.
It's a lot of salt.
I've eaten like 5 of these already.
Okay, I'm gonna take these away.
That's fair.
Okay, so thank you again for joining. We hope to see you next time.
I'm Rob.
I'm Katie, and eat salt responsibly.
Ciao.
Take care.